Hello, and welcome to our Wraith 2nd Edition miniseries, Lights in Boarded Windows. As a warning, this is a mature game which explores some dark and troubling themes. These include supernatural and body horror, psychological abuse, including gaslighting, loss of agency, gore and violence, and many others. This table has discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using a yellow and red card chat in our Zoom chat. If as a viewer you ever feel uncomfortable, please pause and step away. Our streams are always going to be available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode if you feel ready. And now we're going to introduce the cast for the final episode here of our mini-series. We're going to start with Sam.
That is me. I'm Samantha McLarty, and I'm going to be playing DM, the very unknowing Wraith.
Next up, Steve.
I'm Steve. I am going to be playing Jason Deshay, who is the older brother to somebody else who's going to introduce themselves in about 2 people.
Next up, Zach.
Hi, I'm Zachary Vado, playing Shane Corvus, the unwilling veteran of this Wraith group, who just wants to go home, whatever that might be.
And finally, Abby.
Yeah, there, I'm Abby, and tonight, for the last time, I'll be taking on the role of Carly Deshay, the songbird of the circle.
And I am Patrick Gill, your storyteller for tonight's session. And now to thank this game's sponsors, starting with Orc Style. Orc.style is an adults-only fantasy fetish fashion brand for all of you orc-loving monster huggers out there. Orc.style's shirts, underwear, and accessories are sure to drop your intelligence and increase your confidence by 10 points. They have also just released their Chompers Orc Tusks. Chompers are perfect for cosplay, roleplay, and streaming. Orc.style's expert tusk enchanters infuse the spirits of great orcs, trolls, ogres, and goblins into magical tusks that will transform the common human into a fierce monster. There are 5 Chompers models, each featuring a different size and style of tusk to better suit your orcsonas. The tusk base is on the same on all models, so you are free to go as huge or as small as you want. They can be fitted and adjusted as many times as you need, so they will stay comfortable through longer wear. Visit the friendly orcs at orc.style and take an orc or 2 home to unleash the monster inside. Next up, Adventure Dice. Roll for Adventure. Adventure Dice is your Canadian source for dice, role-playing game accessories, and other tabletop gaming goodies. Many of the items on our site are handcrafted in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. We are a husband and wife team who want to share our love for tabletop gaming with the world. Between the 2 of us, we have been playing RPGs for over 40 years, and we love telling stories. We're dedicated to creating gaming spaces that are safe, accessible, and welcoming to everyone. Find us online at conventions and at your friendly local game store. And finally, Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of TTRPG veterans ready to work for you, from tabletop RPG development to actual play production. They have contributed to various Storyteller Vault titles and sponsor channels like us to keep the World of Darkness as a haven for those with stories to tell. Visit their link in the chat to explore their world. They can help you create yours. And now, let us begin. We have no fancy flourishing introduction here. We are jumping right into it. The maelstrom has torn through Ezekiel's citadel, spraying debris as far as the eye can see. And our circle is standing here on the docks, talking with the ferryman. Now, this ferryman, of course, has a connection with one of the circle, and they've presented the circle with a choice. The ferryman is offering them safe passage out of the city, if they want it, or they can choose to stay and do as they were told by their Death Lord. help see to the protection of the city. The maelstrom has come early, significantly early, leaving the city unprepared. So Shane, what goes through your psyche's mind as it sees the maelstrom?
To my psyche's mind, it's probably pure fear, because that is the maelstrom is the opposite of what Shane wants on any level. Psyche, shadow, etc. The maelstrom is pulling in and destruction and staying, and that is not in the slightest what Shane wants to be dealing with. He is ready to flee at a moment's notice, except for the fact that he's got 3 other people with him, which is the only reason he hasn't immediately jumped.
So this conflict, Shane, what's your motivation for wanting to stay?
He's not sure. It's not so much a motivation as it is like a catch. Like the fact that there's 3 people around him that he's been with this entire time is a surprising catch of not just immediately fleeing, because they haven't moved. They haven't moved, so he hasn't moved.
And why do you want to flee?
Because I want to get out of here. I'm not supposed to be here. I wasn't ready. I definitely wasn't ready for this.
Now, I asked what your psyche was thinking. We're going to check in with your shadow now. Sam, I believe you are Shane's shadow guide.
I am.
So what does the shadow think of the ferryman's offer? Stay, protect, or run and try to escape?
The shadow is starting to do that pull. Just a nice little tug, trying to almost as if you are pulling at what somebody would be trying to lean towards a specific decision, and it's being pulled to leave.
What's the shadow saying to the psyche right now, Sam? Let's listen into this little dialogue here.
Oh, that's okay. Do it. You know you want to. You know you can have everything that you've ever wanted. It's just a little further ahead.
I don't even know if he can
Abandon
take me
this
that far.
place. He can. I'm sure of it. Ask him. Have him take you. You know you want to. It's so close. You can almost feel his touch again. Do it. Give in. Go to him. You deserve this. You've been through so much.
I have.
And take what you deserve. Return. Touch him again. Hold him. Feel the warmth.
And I'll look to
You owe
Karen and
these
say,
people nothing.
I'll look to Karen and say, how do we get out of here?
There is a perceptible shift in the air, as if existence was hanging on this decision. Charon, the first ferryman, shrugs his shoulders, and stretches out a hand. There is a customary payment. The rules are the rules. Even I am bound to them. The coin of the realm or something important to you. Everyone who wishes to leave the city with me and see what the Tempest has in store for us just has to make a payment. I cannot guarantee your safety once we leave these shores, however.
He'll pull the obol from his pocket, but with the shadow finally quiet, I'll stop for a second, look at the other three, just go. We weren't prepared for this. We can't run into the middle of the eye of a storm and fix it.
And it's with those words, you hear the sound of a cavalry bugle sounding a charge coming from deeper off in the city. Ezekiel has work ahead of him, and he has somehow managed to survive and is rallying his soldiers to him.
We did what we were told to do. We found Karen, and he told us that there's no stopping this. So we did what Ezekiel told us to do, and this is the information that we have.
Shane, I ain't leaving.
I can keep all of us safe. And we can see what's left after.
I'm staying with DM. We're capable. We got Ezekiel, we got his troops, we've got faith. You gotta have some faith, Shane.
Jason.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Where the docks are, is
Mhm.
that, like, I'm thinking geographically, would we have to get basically through the storm to get to where our haunt is, or
No, is Ezekiel's citadel is basically in the center of the necropolis.
okay?
Your haunt is, if you were to look on the map of St. Louis, it's in kind of a suburban area. It's not anywhere close to the city center.
Right.
So you actually you have a relatively easy trek back to your haunt. You're not going to have to go charging through the maelstrom to get there.
So with the way the maelstrom is going now, would it be like, I'm kind of thinking like timing now, like would we be able to feasibly get back to our haunt in time, or would it be like a close call?
Yeah, right now the maelstrom's kind of doing that cool like spiral power vortex thing. It's going up and it's not really, settling yet. It's still piercing the realm, so to speak.
Okay.
So it's just now breaking. It's going to take some time for it to actually get up to full, I'm going to destroy the entire city force. You have a little bit of time. Okay. Now, Jason, I was checking in with you here because you're the big older brother.
Yep.
Carly has seemed to make her decision. What's going through your psyche's mind right now, Jason?
I'm just weighing options. Like, can we make it back in time? If we do make it back in time, does it matter if we made it back in time? Like, will the maelstrom basically wipe out the haunt anyway? Like, I'm not seeing an incredible amount of options either way.
The problem is here, there's a lot of unknown risks ahead of you no matter what path you take.
Yep.
So Jason, is it safe to say that your primary responsibility is taking care of your sister right now?
Oh, yeah.
What does your shadow have to think about this?
That is an interesting question, Shadow. How you feeling?
It's like that whisper you get in church when you're fidgeting. You can hear Mama's voice leaning right into your ear. I know what you want to do, sweetheart. You want to run away like the little piece of white trash you always were. Your sister was the only good thing to come out of this family, and you're leaving her behind. Again. Just be truthful to yourself. Leave.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we've had a little brief check-in with a few shadows here. Shane, Karan's not pressing for an answer. He's just standing there.
So we've got Carly and DM saying that they want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Which way is Jason leaning in that
Correction.
comment?
DM said that she could protect you guys if you wanted to stay and see the aftermath. She never said one way or the other whether she wanted to stay or go.
True. She hasn't voiced it, but she's only voiced that she could protect.
Mm-hmm.
Which way is Jason leaning?
We should. It's one of those. It's like a shitty decision either way, but we should probably go.
Jason, you too? Come on.
Are we stay here? We can get destroyed. If we go there, we can get destroyed.
If we stay here, we have a chance. We can do something.
If we go, we have a chance. We can do something.
In all honesty, whether we stay here or we go, I can protect us no matter like what. If we stay here, I can keep us safe. If we go, I can keep us safe.
Shane, you've been through this. Well, not this, but something like this before, right?
Once.
How bad was it?
It was bad.
It was bad, but I'm still here and the city was still here. This is supposed to be worse than that.
Which means we've got a chance, right? I mean,
Which means,
Means the chance is slim.
but it's
And
a
I'm-
chance.
I'm
It's
gonna
the right thing to
actually-
do.
I'm gonna actually like kind of put my hands on Carly's shoulders and be like, "Sis, we might not have a chance if we stay. At least with any motions over at Charon, like at least with this, with him, like the most probably powerful among us, we have more of a shot. And DM has said she can help us, protect us.
What about all those people I sent back, Jason? What about them?
They might, like us, they might be fucked either way. Regardless of whether or not we're here, they might be fucked.
Now,
can't protect everyone.
I can't help them.
Now,
My reach is small.
Carly's shadow definitely has come to the surface with Big Brother putting his hands on you and getting up in your face. What's Carly's shadow feeling here, Zach?
Now look here. ultimately, you gotta look out for number one. Right?
Ain't nobody like me. That's what you always said.
And nobody like you. You're special.
Special fucking star.
You're my fucking star. If you run back into all that, well, stars don't shine bright in a cloud of dust.
No, you're right. You're always right.
That's my girl.
And DM, of course, has been insisting that she can protect the circle. What does DM's shadow have to say to that?
Are you sure you can protect them all?
I don't need your approval.
I was just asking if you're sure.
As sure as I am of anything. Nobody's
leave-
sure of anything. Nobody.
You can leave one or two of them out.
I could, but I don't really see a point in that. If I can get them all, then that's all the better. And the more that would be able to help me search later. So I think it's in my best interest to try to get them all.
You can
In
try
God's
and
best interest too.
you can try and you can die. That's all anyone can do, really.
I already died, apparently.
This will be a bit more final.
Oblivion devours everything.
Entropy is the only guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So the circle is standing here. They've made their deliberations or still deliberating.
I think we're still
Shane.
deliberating.
Yeah.
Ezekiel sent us to find Karen. We found Karen. He told us the score.
I'm not opposed to leaving. I'm always looking for a new adventure, new places.
I mean, I guess it's a waste of life if we just stay and let ourselves be taken by the weather. I'm not saying it's a great choice, but it's a choice we have, and I think we should take it.
Agreed.
There are no good choices. And I turn and I put the obol into Karen's hand.
And part of you feels glad to be rid of it. But you knew that this coin was going to come in handy. And Charon wraps his bony fingers around it, slips it into his cloak, and he stretches out a hand in turn to each one of you. Now, it's customary to pay a ferryman one of Shane's obols in exchange for a journey through the Tempest. However, those of you without obols, Charon has made an offer. If you have a artifact that you're willing to part with, Charon would take payment for that. If you do not have an artifact, you happen to, say, not be too fond of your left pinky finger, he would take that in payment. You would mark one off of your corpus.
I can protect you too.
I still require payment. The law is the law.
That can't be payment. God damn it.
I start
Um,
taking off my golden cross and with a shaking fist, hand it over.
And he, from what you can see of Charon's face underneath his cowl, you can see he's not smiling. He's not enjoying this. He's not savoring this. This is just a transaction. And he pockets it, turns his hand to Jason. So it is. And Charon takes his hand. You all hear a pop.
Mm.
Now, as a wraith, is there pain that goes along with that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
This is not a pleasurable experience.
Mm.
So go ahead and mark one off of your corpus.
Oh, yeah, that's marked.
And you're oozing the black smoke that consists of, yep.
That's
Yep.
it's really
And
gross.
finally, Diem.
Was this work?
He nods.
I will take the
Are you
necklace off.
are you sure that's all you've got for who you are?
It's got your name and everything. Say, Karen, actually, could I cover her fee, so to speak?
Unfortunately not. It has to be a personal connection.
Mhm.
This is my way of guaranteeing what safety I can.
It's okay. I know the name.
Well,
It's not like it's gonna change.
It's more than that.
I mean, it's a tether. It's a
No,
connection.
no, DM, look, and I'll lift it up, like in her hands, like Carly said, this is like carpe diem, because this is one half of something. Somebody out there has the other half of this.
Yeah, if we get the other half, it might do something.
No, my point is that whoever has the other half of this knows who DM is.
It's not the only clue that I have.
I think we gotta let her make her choice, fellas.
I
Okay.
also have this. And I'm just gonna show it is like one of those photo booth strips of pictures, and it is a DM and another lady.
That'd probably be you have the other half then.
Do any of us recognize the other lady?
No.
Okay.
So you're gonna give Charon your relic.
Mm-hmm.
That works. And he takes it, clasps it in his hand like all the others, and he takes up his pole and gestures for you all to get on board the skiff. One at a time, please.
Mind the gap.
So you all clamber onto the skiff. The wood is old and it looks brittle, but it feels like it's made of iron. This is the very first ferry boat made from a dying tree here in the Shadowlands somewhere. But Charon pushes off from the dock. The Tempest is as smooth as glass as the skiff leaves a wake behind it. The wake disappears moments after it catches your eye. And soon the skiff is now joined up with the Mississippi. Anyone turning to look behind will see the maelstrom has hit something resembling a firmament and is now spiraling outward. A faint breeze starts to pick up and actually moves loose hair. This is, as I said before, a very odd feeling. The Shadowlands don't have wind, except when a storm's coming. Now, as Charon guides the boat out, the gravity of what you've all decided is starting to sink in. You've left a haunt behind. Hopefully, some wraiths might be lucky enough to come upon it, shore up what they can. You all know that that is a fairly defensible position. It still would have been a very, very unwise proposal to try to stick it out. It's also an unwise proposal to hop on Charon's boat and go sailing out, but catch-22 suck. Now, the Mississippi starts to become more broad, more turbulent. You all now have left what passes for the boundary of St. Louis here in the Shadowlands and are now out in the open sea of the Tempest. The maelstrom behind you lingers like a black ulcer in the sky. But you all feel safe for the moment. You all have a moment to catch your breath, maybe check in here and let's see how you all are doing. Charon is steering the boat silently. Any attempts to have made small talk with him right now have met with a brick wall. He's remained silent up to this point. So, what's everyone doing here?
Just staring straight into the Tempest. Just kind of taking it in like this. He'd been wanting to get out for a bit. This is the first real step to it.
The Tempest lingers out ahead. It's a gray mist right now. You all know, you've heard the stories anyway, that once you cross through that boundary, things get a little wild. So those of you wanting to make use of this final moment, this final reprieve, can do so.
You mentioned that there's wind. Like, is it picked up more? Is it like, are we feeling it like super cold type thing?
Yes, the closer that you're getting, it's becoming noticeably colder, and the weather is definitely picking up. Yes. So, Carly, I know you had some hesitation about leaving.
Oh, absolutely. And I regret settling in real quick. I've gone catatonic, for lack of a better word. I'm sitting near the rear of the boat, knees up to my chin, just staring back at the city. I'm a star, but at what cost? I'm going to be able to sing, but those people aren't going to be able to hear it.
Is that said out loud or to yourself?
To myself.
Okay. Jason, you definitely see Carly. She's sitting in it right now.
I'm assuming this particular boat has places to sit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, I won't say anything. I'll just sit down, like, close to Carly and put my hand on her shoulder to try to like reassure.
I'm actually going to flinch away from the touch. Just
The last time he put his hands on you was not a pleasant conversation.
maybe betrayal my morals.
So, Jason, Carly has very noticeably shirked away from you. Shane or DM, do any of you have any thoughts on this sibling interplay here? No. So DM, you're out on the open water here. You're making forward progress for the first time that you've come to your awareness here in the Shadowlands. So is part of you looking forward to the certain chaos that lies ahead of you here?
That's not the chaos. I like to think that DM has searched through most of what she's been around in the city for already. She has a very unique way of doing that. And so the fact that we're going somewhere new, that's new places to search, new people to see, new dreams to invade. And that is what she's absolutely looking forward to this. It's outwardly she's making it seem very much so like it's an adventure. She's, excited of, just going somewhere new, or as excited as DM can get, at least. Inward, though, it is literally just she now has a new place to search, or she's going to a new place to search.
And as far as Shane's concerned, you had a taste of that domestic part of you back at the haunt. And your shadow alluded to another special individual in your life outside of your family. Do you honestly think he's out there?
I mean, I don't think he died. So he's got to be out there, right? He was the last person that I said goodbye to before I was flying back to my family.
And that was the plane wreck that got you here.
Yeah.
So the part of you that wants to try to get back to the Skinlands is definitely looking forward to this little excursion. You haven't found a way so far. That haunt so far has been your closest lead. But this is another option.
It's another way out.
You're secure with your choice?
No.
Of course not.
But I can't go back into something that will close the doors for me getting out again.
Mm-hmm. Charon grunts. This is the first sound that he's made since you've left the docks. And you all draw your attention to the front of the boat. And you see a wave starting to well up in front of you out of the mist. And Charon grips his pole, and you feel the boat become even heavier, as if that was even possible. It's even more dense than before. And the wave, you all voluntarily flinch for the impact. The wave passes around the bow of the skiff, and you journey through it undisturbed. The gray, seething water and foam sprays on your face. It is so cold. It is the coldest thing you've ever felt since you've died. And every droplet cuts into you like a needle. It just, and it's deep. But the waves subside, and Charon sighs. That was a light one. I hope that you all are prepared for what's ahead. And
What's ahead?
Charon turns his head towards you, DM, and he smirks. His cowl is still covering most of his face. All you can see is that little winsome grin. I would say hell, but I've been there and it doesn't compare. This is absolute destruction given form. I hope you're ready. Is anyone wanting to make use of any arcanoi to maybe prepare themselves? Is there anything that we want to do before things get a little hairy?
See, mine are all at the moment, so I gotta wait until something happens. But I got a little something in my pocket, a little treat
Okay.
for later.
Double checking mine.
Same. I can protect us from a maelstrom.
Well,
What do you mean, DM? That's
you
a
left
secret
that
tool
behind.
for later.
Oh man, mine aren't that useful for right now.
Mine's in the moment as well.
Yep. Understood.
I mean, I could. I suppose I could detect impending danger, but
that's right in front of you. That'd be a waste of pathos.
Yeah, that kind of seems a little bit on the pointless side right about now.
Like something in the air, and we're all just blowing around like a cow is, going through the tornado.
Most of mine just has stuff to do with like going toe to toe with another Wraith shadow.
Well, yeah,
that could be useful.
Oh yeah. So the skiff is starting to pass through the barrier into the actual tempest itself. The wind that was ever present is now becoming a howl. You don't have to shout to be heard quite yet, but it's getting there. The skiff is now starting to actually get a noticeable rock to it as the waves churn around it. Everything is gray, almost black. There's just a barely perceptible light overhead, but everything is gray, violent, water, wind, nothingness as far as the eye can see. But Charon seems to know the way. He does make perceptible movements with his pole guiding the skiff. Now, just as there are specters in the Maelstrom, there are also specters in the Tempest. Those are going to be an ever-present concern for this group. I'm just
I got
making you all
something for
aware of
that.
that now. Charon is going to be doing something here. In front of the skiff has, almost out of nothingness, started to form a whirlpool. And Charon calls out over the wind, "I'm making a byway. There's business I need to attend to before we can take you where you want to go."
Business?
Where were
get a
we
discount?
going?
The
You
Lady
can
of
keep the
Fate.
necklace. Can I have the charm though, since you're making a pit stop? I assume that it's only fair. Discounted rate and all.
This business concerns you as well. The Lady of Fate said that if you all came, that this was something that you all needed to do as well.
I mean, take us
You
to
made
her.
your choices.
Wait, who's the who?
The Lady of, out of character, the Lady of Fate is one of the Death Lords who has overseen Stygia. She's she weaves the web of fate.
In character,
She-
DM's like, who?
Mhm. And Charon, in response, just says, "Maybe you'll find out." And the skiff starts to head towards the byway.
Yeah, hold on.
Mhm. I'm going to need all of you here as the skiff enters the byway to make a I'm going to let you use either strength or dexterity, whichever one of those is higher, plus your athletics. This is either you just maintaining your hold or trying to keep your balance.
What's the difficulty?
This will be just difficulty of 6.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's 2 successes for Shane,
3 over here.
3 for Jason,
3 for me.
3 for Carly, 2 for DM.
One of those was a 10.
Do you have a specialty in athletics?
No.
Does not apply, unfortunately.
Damn.
The skiff rocks, roils, And whether you've kept your balance or just gripped and held on for dear life, you are all currently safe. And the skiff's nose pierces the boundary of the byway, and your stomachs, if what passes for them, lurch. Byways work weird. The Tempest is basically a flat plane. Think of a byway as a wormhole that doesn't exist in any coherent sense of up or down. The byway just is. And this is where the journey has finally become dangerous. We're in the upside down. Yes. Shadow guides. I want you to keep tabs of the angst levels of the PCs. If you need to check in with the person here, just to make sure that you're all on the same page as far as what angst you are at, because I'm going to have you all be rolling your angst right now.
What does the angst start off at?
Well, the angst is a stat on the sheet there.
Are we rolling our own shadows angst, or are we rolling the angst of the shadows that we're playing?
You're rolling the angst of the shadows that you're playing.
Okay.
Yes. And this is a difficulty of 6.
And how did we come up with the angst stat again? Because I may have not put that on my character sheet.
Okay. All right. So the angst is going to be.
I don't like that smile you have, Zach. I'm very concerned. Also because my angst is relatively high because of all the shit that's been going on with my shadow.
Mm-hmm.
You should be concerned anytime Zach smiles.
Sam,
Never
what is your shadow's angst rating?
Yeah, that would be the way to check in, actually. Yes. So the player that you are shadow guiding would have the angst on the sheet, or they should have the angst on the sheet.
My angst rating is well, I'll put it in here for secretsies.
Yep.
Alrighty. And what's the difficulty on the roll?
Difficulty is 6, and you can go ahead and verbally tell me how many successes you got.
Oh boy.
3.
2.
No successes.
Take that, shadow. And I'm acting overconfident on that because it's like, this could be the worst possible outcome. Be like, take that, shadow.
Don't tempt me.
I got 4 successes.
Oof.
Whoa.
Okay. Shane.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this is good or bad. Sorry.
Your shadow is you've been through a harrowing before. You feel primed for one coming on. I'm just making you aware of that is a possibility that could possibly happen here inside the Tempest.
Okay.
DM. I want you to go ahead. I'm taking a look at one of your castigated, or taking a look at castigate here.
I have good amounts of that.
All right, Sam, I want you to go ahead. This is actually just a basic ability of castigate. I want you to go ahead and roll perception and castigate at a difficulty of 8.
All right, I may not have. Hold on, I may not have enough dice. I have to do doubles. Perception and castigate. Okay. So
Yep, difficulty of 8.
Six.
All right, DM, as you've entered the byway, this was basically the equivalent of a passive perception check for you, since castigate is kind of your big thing here. You can tell that Shane's shadow is definitely acting up, but that is the only insight that I'm going to give you. Now, before we take a break here, I want everyone to go ahead and make one more roll. And this is going to kind of dictate what happens here going forward. Go ahead and roll your current unspent willpower, everyone.
What's the difficulty?
6.
Three successes.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
1.
4.
Ouch.
I'm having a great damn day on the river, y'all.
I made a really bad decision.
Yeah, maybe I should have stayed and died. I could have gone out a hero. Now I'm here with all you bitches.
Harley, you've been sitting at the back of the boat this whole time,
Pouting, yeah.
at Charon's feet. And you, having done so poorly on that willpower roll, that catatonic wall that you've been keeping up has started to break. And Charon seems to perceive it almost before you do, and you start to feel the urge to just cry and scream your pain and anguish into the tempest. Maybe jump in and join it.
It's so easy just to let all those memories float away.
But Charon steals his hand on your shoulder. Fast. We'll get through this.
I don't know what I am.
Jason, Charon's talking to your sister.
Yeah, he is.
You going to?
Nope.
Nope. You're not gonna.
Nope.
Brother of the year,
no,
y'all.
No.
Nope. That is above my pay grade.
Now, as the boat enters the byway and you are journeying deeper, you all feel the boat shift, rock. There's a heavy thud that comes from underneath. And a hand scrambles over the edge of the skiff next to Shane. And that is where we are going to take our break.
Damn it, I have a thing.
Son of a bitch.
We're going to jump right into this here, coming right back from our break. Buckle up. Welcome back to our Wraith mini-series finale here. This is Lights and Boarded Windows on Vancouver by Night. And we are picking up here on the skiff in the byway created by Charon, your ferryman. You are deep in the tempest, and two hands have gripped the rail of the skiff by Shane, and a head has popped up. Now, Jason, Shane, DM, you wouldn't recognize this face. Carly does. This is the face of your manager. This is the voice that's been in your head. And before everyone can react, everyone hears, "Come on in, I can make you a star." And now everyone can react, starting with Shane here, because this thing just popped out of the tempest right next to you.
Yep. And so the first thing I'm doing is I'm pulling. You may remember back in episode 1, I described a large piece of like debris through my shoulder from the plane wreck. I'm yanking it out and just slamming it into the head of this thing. Just pure reaction.
Go ahead and roll me. Technically, in second edition, melee uses dex and melee.
The weapon is supposed to gives strength.
Okay, that works. Yes. This is difficulty of 6.
I got 3 successes. And it's 3. It's +2 bashing.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yep. 3, 4. Got it. Doing math.
Man, I haven't
All right,
played
we are
second
set.
edition in way too long.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bashing and egg. Those are the only two? Okay.
Now, the chunk of debris slams into the specter that just clambered onto Charon's skiff, and it howls in pain in that same voice. And then another set of hands pop up over the side. And Jason and Carly recognize their mother. "Jason, I swear to God, if you don't get in this bathtub right now, I'm going to tie in your hide."
Okay.
Now we're going to go ahead and combat begins. I'm going to do this fast and loose because we only have an hour to do this, and I'm not going to waste that much time. So we're going to just go around the horn with Shane again starting.
Another swing just across both of them if they're right next to each other.
Understood. Go ahead and make your roll.
I got 2 10s.
Okay, now, do you have a specialty in melee?
I don't.
Unfortunately, those 10s don't count for any extra bonuses in second edition.
+2/+2 bashing.
Mm-hmm. Now, hold on a second. Because that is technically an artifact.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's a relic at least, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do something here. That particular specter breaks its grip and drifts back into the byway. Okay, next up, DM.
I'm gonna do house cleaning.
All right, that's castigate, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so house cleaning. That is level 4. By cloaking themselves in their purity, the Wraith may drive away specters and keep them from entering their immediate area. Okay. Ooh, this art can shield an entire structure from specters within reason. This counts. All right, so you need to go ahead and roll a charisma plus castigate roll, difficulty of 7.
I don't have enough dice. Give me a second.
Yep.
I mean, technically, Wraith Mom was demanding that I get in the bathtub, so housekeeping does technically qualify for that.
Okay, so I got 7 straight up, but 2 of those are 10s, and I know that you're supposed to have a specialty, but how do you have it? Like, you can't really have a specialty in. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, in this case here, 10 again doesn't really apply, unfortunately.
Okay.
No, so but that was difficulty of 7. You got 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I rolled 7 successes. 2 of
Oh.
those were the 10s.
Oh, gotcha.
I
Okay.
can spend a willpower if I need to. I don't know how that
That would
works,
that
but
would
I
give
can
you that would
try
give you an extra success in second
it.
edition.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, then that's 8.
Okay. DM reaches her hand up to touch the locket that's no longer there, but a white light starts to glow from inside DM and becomes brighter and envelops the skiff. Jason and Carly, you see the specter resembling your mother start to burn and shriek and wither away into just more dust, more debris, more waste in the wind. DM, now each success on this lets you keep this up for 1 turn. Or it's 1 turn per success. So DM here has bought you all about 2 minutes of clarity here inside this byway. The unfortunate reality here is this brightness is acting as a beacon in the darkness. Whether or not this draws more attention to you all remains to be seen. Charon now is expending great effort in steering the skiff safely through the byway. It tosses, it turns. You all feel the waves wanting, if you were all alive, you'd all be seasick at this point. Your guts are in your throats. And Charon's cowl is whipped back in the wind. And you see loose flowing blonde hair stained with red behind it. Give me a moment here. I need to double check something. Something popped up in the Zoom chat. You shadow guides are putting in work. I need to get back to that section of the book.
Our Zoom chat has just turned into a thirst thing for Charon.
Yeah, that's a deep cut.
I let him bone me, just saying.
All right, let's see here.
Sucker for long golden locks.
Handlebars.
Oh my god.
Let me answer this thing in the Zoom chat.
It's a secret. You guys can't know about it. The viewers, I mean, they can't know about it until it happens, if it happens.
You can tell the viewers, you just can't tell us. Promise we, okay, we'll just put our fingers in our ears.
All right, everybody close your ears.
Okay, there we go. Now, as the skiff is traveling here, is anyone wanting to make any other moves to protect yourselves? Any conversations that you all think you feel you need to have right now?
Question to DM. Would I be able to say something to everyone before activating an Arcanoi?
Yes.
Carly is almost as if torn from her melancholy. Is just gonna sit up, brace herself on the side, and say, "Everyone, cover your ears." And I, to get the rest of these nasties off of us, am gonna activate Crescendo.
Ooh, okay, that's a keening ability.
That it is.
This is a new power.
I know. It's the most powerful power. Well, not the most powerful, but it hurts people.
Crescendo. The Wraith can scream a musical blast capable of damaging plasm at close range. I would say there's not any in your immediate vicinity. This would be, yeah, this is, well, the power specifies close range. There's stuff out there, definitely, but you can't see anything to actively target right now.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha. So hold that.
Yep.
Chase.
That is
a get on us.
Yeah, that is a combat power. Keep that in your back pocket.
Keep it. I thought they were still there. They were still swooping around. I'm like, oh.
No.
I just chased them away for like 2 minutes, so
Yeah.
Get ready. Yeah. So instead, roll back, scrape that, just look around. Yep. How long we got till they're back? We gonna make it to the Lady of Cards or whatnot?
Charon,
not that long.
Shit.
The Lady of Fate is waiting for us, and we'll get there in due time. And Charon looks at you, DM, and he's showing concern on his face. Are you going to be able to keep that up for too much longer?
I guess we'll find out.
And he goes back to steering the boat. Anything else from anybody?
Is there anything we can do to help speed things up? Like, I don't know, wind in the sails or something?
keep them off us. That should be enough.
Okay.
And Jason, did you have anything?
No.
No? Okay. Now, Shane, you get the feeling your shadow's been talking to someone. You don't know who, but your shadow's been acting up. Just noting that. Now, DM, you feel your power fade and the beacon drops. And as soon as the light goes out, you all hear a collective shriek and wail come from inside the mist of the tempest. You're in more of a tunnel. Now, I didn't fully describe the byway. These things are like physical tunnels. And you're literally tunneling through the tempest. And you can see the occasional like arm, face pop out of the mist and the water. But a wave pitches from behind. I want everyone to make those dex or strength rolls again. This is a difficulty of 8.
And athletics, or
yes,
okay.
Yes. Okay.
I don't
Difficulty
have
of
athletics,
8.
But ooh, 3 successes still. Thank you for dexterity.
Okay, that's 2 successes.
1 for me.
Okay. DM, Shane, Jason. The 3 of you maintain your balance. Carly, you were already basically seated. You are now prone in the bottom of the boat. And as the boat pitches, 5 specters come screaming out of the waves behind you. What are y'all going to do?
Now it's time for preparations.
Say what now?
I was going to say, since we kind of started the last bit with Shane and DM, we're going to go ahead and start with Carly and then move to Jason. So let's go ahead. Carly, what's your action here?
How close are these fellas?
You can definitely use crescendo now if you want.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Carly just managing to push out. Just cover ears, y'all. And hearkening up all that grief, that rage, this built up sense of entitlement. I'm going to activate crescendo.
You just saw your mom again.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead here. Make your stamina and keening roll. This is difficulty of 8.
Thank God I got a lot of dice to go with it. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a total of 6 successes.
I'm making a collective soak roll. This power can be soaked.
You better not soak. You bitches better be dry as the Sonora.
Harley's shriek still, even with your ears closed, still shakes your bones. You feel your corpus want to just peel away in pain. It still hurts, but you're safe. The specters, on the other hand, you can see Carly's pain given form in waves through the air. And one of the specters is immediately discorporated. Its ectoplasm is shred from its form. 2 more out of the 5 appear to be somewhat wounded. Another one is full health, basically. So Carly knocked out 1. 2 more wounded. Jason?
Where on the boat are they moving towards?
Oh, they're towards the back. And they're behind the boat coming towards the boat.
All right.
They're chasing the boat.
How close are they?
They're close range.
So, all right. And Carly's at the back of the boat, right?
Yep.
And how good of condition do they seem to be in? Do they seem to be?
There's 2 wounded. Oh no, I said there were 5 total. There's 2 wounded. There's 2 healthy. 1's dead.
All right. In the effort of being the big brother and protecting people, Jason is going to look down quick, say, "I love you, sis," and then there's like a foot on the seat that's in front of her, and he dives out of the boat to try to kill them.
Make a strength. This is a strength and athletics roll. So are you?
Hey, I don't have any of that either.
Are you intending on grappling one of these things and dragging it down into the Tempest with you here? What's your play here, Jason? I need to know this.
The plan is to slow them down so that the boat can get away.
Okay. Go ahead and
Here's
make your roll.
1 dice, and I got a 6. Yay!
Jason starts to vault off of the skiff. Anyone wanting to try to rein him in has to beat his 1 success on a this is a contested strength and athletics roll, basically, at this point.
I'm absolutely not letting my brother go overboard. I'm contesting it.
That's 2.
Yeah.
Carly probably has way more strength than I do.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's 3 tons. I'm just going to say, yeah.
So, Jason, this is the protective big brother syndrome kicking in. Yeah. And the maybe a little bit of a martyr complex to go along with it.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
But you start to feel like you're going to be the hero. God damn it. You're gonna save your sister, and then you feel everyone's hands basically grab a hold of you and force you back down into the skiff.
No, stop it.
You dumb son of a bitch, you couldn't even die, right?
And now the specters.
Was that Carly or this?
That was the shadow.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, shit. Carly just went dark.
Okay. I want Diem and Shane. I want the 2 of you to go ahead and roll your stamina. If there's anything that you have at your disposal that you can use to resist damage, you may go ahead and incorporate that into this roll.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 6. Two. 1. Shane, you take 1 level of aggravated damage to your corpus. DM, you take 2 levels of damage to your corpus. As one of the specters seems to mock Carly and use a similar ability. This, however, is fueled by the Tempest itself, and the 2 of you receive the brunt of it. This hurts.
Can I clap back at him?
Yes, you can. It is now your turn, Shane.
Great. I'm gonna stone hand punch, literally clap back at him. I'm gonna lean forward and just clap in his direction.
Oh, go ahead, and that is trying to find the power.
I spend the pathos and I roll the fight.
Got it. I'm trying to find the power. What arcana is that again, Zach? I'm sorry.
That's outrage.
That's outrage? Okay. There it is. Got it. Thank you. All right, go ahead and make your strength and outrage roll.
Difficulty what?
This is a difficulty of 6.
3.
All right, and you're doing 1 strike?
Yeah, I can only target 1 creature at a time with it, but I don't want to target the one that screamed at us.
Okay. Got it. And what was your roll again? I'm sorry.
3.
3. You and it's a counterpoint to the high-pitched wail and shrieking. This deep, echoey boom is Shane's response. And the specter disintegrates in the shockwave. DM, there's 2 wounded, 1 healthy still left.
DM is injured herself, and so what anybody would see would be her take a breath in and then exhale, and it would look like something is pulling out of her. And I'm using Phantasmagoria.
Okay, that's Phantasm. Ooh, the Wraith may weave pathos into illusions.
Yep.
Okay. You're
And
basically
those
making...
illusions can cause damage.
Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead and give me a Charisma and Phantasm roll difficulty of 6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one thing about specters, they're not particularly smart. They're malicious, but they're not smart. Cunning, but not smart.
8. And I want it to be like large. Like it's just pulling and getting larger and larger.
Well, if this is your illusion, what are you making?
I want to essentially, I guess, not knowing Wraith that well, what are specters scared of? Are they scared of anything?
Oblivion. This would actually be a good opportunity to maybe create something resembling like an Arms of Ahriman
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that.
Though those things
It's
exist
just
down
gonna be
here
a
and they're
very,
nasty. Mhm.
very large. It's gonna get larger and larger and almost be like humanoid shape, but there's just like tentacly arms coming from all directions, reaching for the wraiths or the specters. Yeah.
Understood. Now they hold
Sam,
on a second.
Elena was the other game. Come on now.
I mean, play what you know, right?
Not playing Elena in this game, Sam.
The wraiths had to beat your successes to see through the illusion, or the specters had to see. Yeah, they have seen one of the few things that they're scared of, one of the abyssal horrors that lurks deep in Oblivion. They hunt out here from time to time, and they have fled, shrieking in panic. The byway is calming now. The waves are still intense, but you don't feel hell. You all managed to hang on when 5 angry specters had created a fair bit of turbulence behind you, intent on capsizing the skiff. This is easy now. You're hardened Tempest travelers, in theory. Charon sighs. He is able to let go of one hand of the pole and pull his cowl back over his head. Gone is the blazing brilliant blonde hair, stained with blood from an unsuspecting blow to the back of the head with a rock, however many thousands of years ago that was. But now you're somewhere else. You lurch again as the byway spits you back out. It's black. Nothingness. It's absolute cold. Nothingness. You hear a woman's voice echo through the darkness. Welcome, children. The fates have seen fit to guide you here, and so it is. Charon, thank you for bringing them to me. Now, you are here for a purpose. You all were given a choice. Charon had his instructions. He carried them out. And through Charon's instructions, Ezekiel carried out his instructions as well. But you are here. And so you all are faced with another choice. Behold. And a beam of light pierces from what you think is above you. And it illuminates a man. He's wearing antiquated business clothes. He has very porcine features. Definitely a little on the thick side. Pudgy nose. Balding hair. He is frozen in time. You see him on his back in a panic, an arm raised defensively in front of him. He has fangs in his mouth. Is he a vampire? I mean, there's talk. There's vampires that truck with the dead. But you hear the woman's voice. This one. Does he live? Does he die? Does he come here? He is in danger right now. His fate will be decided, not by you, but by those above. His death is what caused the maelstrom. He is hanging in the exact moment before he dies, just so you all can see the cause of all this.
Who is he that one person could cause all this?
A pig. He mistreats the dead. He pillages. He takes what does not belong to him. He enslaves. He destroys. He is a stain upon the Skinlands and the Shroud. And yet his life is holding back the storm in this moment. Now, it is not within my power to undo his fate. It is not within your power to undo his fate. However, your choice now does the maelstrom continue? Does it scour what remains of the Shadowlands? Or does it subside? Does it return to oblivion back where it belongs?
How do we decide that?
More
importantly, what's the catch? Why are we making that decision?
Wouldn't
Because
that also mean that we're saving him if the thing came from him?
no, he's dying. His fate is sealed. His death, or his life, was holding back the maelstrom. You all can make a decision. You can return. You can go back. You can change your mind. Fight against the maelstrom. Possibly stop it. Or you willingly abandon those that you left behind and move forward, leaving the maelstrom to do its work. I can promise you, you will all get what you're looking for. But at the cost of knowing that you are leaving the necropolis behind to fend for itself. Knowing that the city will almost certainly fall without you there.
I can't speak for everyone, but that is a chance. That is a decision that I'm willing to make. I don't owe them anything.
DM's got a point, folks up there, they truly do not know how bad it can get, nor have they. There's always room for more down here. We could use the extra hands if need be. And that means if more wraiths are still here, we can handle the masses. But something just doesn't sit right in my spirit with knowing that we're sending back a wraith maker, essentially. Bringing him. It feels good to drag someone down, but I don't want to be the one to cast it. Just why us? Why us?
The fates had plans for you above, as they have plans for you here. This is one of those few chances where you get to decide. You all can make this choice yourself. You are not binding the group to your decision. If you choose to proceed, you may proceed. If you choose to go back, you may go back. But know that this circle will forever be split.
I've made my decision. There is nothing for me back there.
You said that we will all get what we're looking for. Do you mean everything?
There's a pause. And the air in here gets heavy. I cannot bring back that which is dead to life, Shane. But if you wish, I can place you with him.
What does that mean?
You'll be bound. You'll never be able to roam. You will be at his mercy. You go where he goes. You've seen those wraiths above, Shane.
But then what about her?
I cannot speak for her. I can only speak for you and him. This is why you came here.
I came here to leave. And that's not leaving. That's not leaving.
But
Do you want?
isn't it though?
No, it's not leaving. He won't know that I'm there. I'm just going to be this, but there. It's not leaving. It's not getting out of here.
I can grant you your final rest if you wish. That is always an option.
Shane, I'm not going to make the choice for you. I know what I want. But I'd want to keep going. There has to be other things. There have to be stories to tell, songs to sing. There has to be more than just withering away in nothingness, waiting for another bad thing to happen to you. Waiting on the past.
To be bound. You don't have to be bound to find him. We can find him, and I can show you how to be with him in a way. Not physically, but in a way.
But all of that.
He'll remember.
We can help you find him, Shane.
But then, that's all well and good, but if I go all in on finding Robert, then I leave my wife behind.
We could always orchestrate the death of both, and then you'll have them both here.
I don't want to bring them to me. I want to go to them. If the only option of going to them is being stuck in a limbo where they can't see me, then... God damn it.
You can go back and fight.
God damn it. God fucking damn it. Back there was the closest I had to a way to touch them. I thought that I could get closer to them out here, but I can't get closer to them out here, so the only way out is back.
That is your decision to make. I can help with a lot in terms of being able to be a part of their memories, their what they see and experience. It just wouldn't be in the waking world.
And that's what I want.
You're never gonna have that again.
Don't say that.
It's the
It's
truth.
the truth.
Don't say that. There has to be.
Wake up.
And I just pointed like the frozen guy, like this guy can bridge the fucking gaps between our worlds. If there's a way to step between for him, there has to be a way for us.
He's
I just
gone.
That guy
find
is
it.
dead.
He's not the only one.
He's gone.
Can't be.
He's the reason why this tempest is happening. This maelstrom.
I know that, but before that, before the maelstrom, he was walking between our world and their world. And there's got to be more like him.
Shane speaks the truth. There are more. They call themselves kindred. There are more of them out there. There are more of them meddling. There are more of them taking.
And if I can find them, then I can use them to get back to Robert, get back to Wanda, get back to...
You don't know that. You don't know that they would be willing to help, or that
They don't
you
have to be
wouldn't
willing.
cause more damage.
They don't have to be willing.
Christ almighty.
They're already
Burn it all to the ground then.
they're already messing up the order of things. The only way that I can get back to Robert, to Wanda, to my daughter is back now. So I'm sorry that I got you guys coming out this way, but it looks like I have to go back because that's the only door I have.
I wish you the best, but I will not be joining you. My answers are forward.
I'm with you, DM. Shane, I know I'm not going to change your mind, but there are possibilities out there. I won't go caterwauling on about what we already spoke of, but there's more to this new life that we have.
The woman speaks up. Jason, you've been quiet.
Yep.
What do you want? Do you want to go back and fight? Do you want to go forward?
There's been enough fighting. Shane, if you're going back to that hopeless situation, I wish you luck, friend, but they ain't no kin of mine.
I look to the woman. If I go with these three, is there a door to what I seek?
The woman has actually been a bodiless voice up to this point. She does, after you've made the point here, though, she does emerge forward out of the blackness. She's very tired looking. She's got jet black hair with wisps of gray, crow's feet around her eyes. She's got a pair of old scissors clenched between her hands. If you go back, there's always a way. There's always possibilities. The fates are not done with you all. Regardless of the choices that you make, you all still have threads that I can see. Your time does not end soon, Shane.
But what happens if I go forward with them?
If you wish to see him again, that is what I can do.
I need to see them all again.
And her face takes on a more, she was stoic before, but she's now taken on a more sorrowful cast. I'm sorry that I cannot do more for you. This has already cost me dearly to interfere this far. That is what I can do for you, Shane Corvus.
Then my way out is through, and I have to go back. Because that's the only way that I can reach them again.
Very well. And she steps forward, and you all see her wrap her arms around Shane and pull him in for an embrace. And she leans in, and you can all see her whisper something in his ear. And then he fades away into nothingness in her arms as he returns back to the haunt. She stops, collects herself. She looks down to her feet. It is done. Do the three of you still wish to proceed forward?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. We got stories to tell. Let's go forward.
Very well. And the light illuminating Augustus Giovanni blinks out. The Lady of Fate smiles, steps back into the blackness, and Charon in his skiff appears in front of you all. That chose to go forward, that is. He gestures silently with his hand for you all to join. You all climb on board the skiff. You feel motion in the blackness. You hear the waves starting to lap at the skiff again. Charon starts to hum. It's an old tune. Probably the oldest song ever written. And it is then that the fates take you. Where you end up, that's in your hearts. That's for Charon to know. And for everyone else to think on. As we end this Wraith miniseries here. This was an absolute pleasure. Oh boy, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, I'm
Go ahead.
okay.
Yep. So
It took
we're gonna go ahead.
It took some willpower when you were like, this, the oldest song ever written. It was the song that never ends.
So there we be. So hope you all enjoyed. I love Wraith. I hope you all love Wraith. And gonna go ahead and let everyone say goodnight in random order. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna end with Steve though, because this is your channel. We've already established that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with Zach tonight. The first man out.
Hi, Zach Rivado. That's my Twitter handle. My links are over that way. I'm the lore keeper on ATL by Night, which airs on Tuesdays on YouTube. We're in season 10 now. It is getting hectic over there, so you'll want to tune in. I'm also going to be part of something on Caring Comfort Studios called Villains. I don't know when that will be airing, but do check that out when you get a chance. It's a very interesting anthology series. And lastly, I'm on the Hype Goblin channel on Thursdays for a homebrew exclusive D&D campaign called Luck and Chaos, Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Apart from that, find me online. I am wherever tabletop games are played.
Speaking of Hype Goblin, we're going to go ahead and bounce on over to Abby.
Oh my goodness gracious, y'all are too kind to me. Well, hey there, I'm Abby. Tonight I was Carly Deshay for, hopefully not the last time, but we'll see. And much like Zach, you can find me on the Bird and Bee website at Enough of Abby. I'm also on Luck and Chaos, premiering on Thursdays. I'm a bat. I do not want to think as a bat. It is excellent. I highly recommend watching. It's a lot cheerier than this so far. And I have a few other projects spinning on plates, but I currently have snipers trained on me right now if I speak about them at any moment. So keep an eye peeled. Agone.
And Sam.
Hi everyone, I'm Samantha McLordy, and I have been DM, the one who is willing to sacrifice an entire city to find out about her past. So lead that charge. It's really fine. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna throw. There's things and stuff that are supposed to air at some point. I'm not sure when. There's epilogues and there's new parts to old series and just things and stuff and all that goes with it. So just follow me on social media, and I will post about what it is that I'm going to be doing and when it airs. Hopefully I won't be playing DM. This won't be the last time that I play DM. I really enjoyed this character. She's been a blast. As well as all of my castmates in Storyteller. It has been wonderful playing with all of your individual selves. Love it. I don't know. I'm getting better, I think, at the outros a little bit.
You're
maybe.
fine. You're good. You've done this enough, Sam. You should have
You're
this.
doing
You're
great,
good.
sweetie.
I always have an idea as to what I'm gonna say, but then I get so wrapped up in what everybody else is saying that when it gets to my turn, I'm like, But anyways, yes, there you go. That is me.
I'll take it from here then. Hi, Patrick Gill, creative director at Mertlet Games. As far as the streaming stuff, we have multiple projects out and about. We're in the process right now, as of recording. We're wrapping London's Bleeding. We have completed Death Pact, Death of the Undead. That was our Sabbat sequel. We should have Psychopomps Incorporated starting broadcast by now, which implies, Zach and Sam, that you will be that little game that you did that I will talk more about on Twitter later will finally be coming out. Yes.
Oh my God, yes. I forgot about that game for a second. It's been so long ago.
So yes, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff coming out. Keep your eyes peeled. Other things in the works as well. Love you all. Take her out, Steve.
That's this guy. I am ordinarily Storyteller Steve, but I was the overprotective, not quite self-sacrificing older brother in this particular episode. Way to steal my thunder, guys.
E for effort, buddy. E for effort.
So yeah, you are on Vancouver by Night, whether this is on YouTube or on Twitch. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button below. For YouTube, it's free. For Twitch, it's a couple of bucks, or a free Amazon Prime subscription that you can do that. All the money that we generate from all those sources, we share with all the peoples on screen. It's all useful. And for the YouTube, you can become a member for only $3 per month, and it helps us out, run the channel, keep the light on. You can buy some of our merch, which I just happen to be wearing. You can get VBN stuff there. It's over on the Threadless, and yeah. So, let's see what else. We're having maybe vampire other stuff coming up real soon. Find out more about that if you go on to the Twitters and the Instafaces and whatnot. And yeah, we've got some other D&D shenanigans coming up as well. A bunch of limited series, maybe a limited series vampire game, maybe some more limited series with the peoples you see on screen. You have to pay attention to all the social media stuff, and we'll explain everything when it is time. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for here. We're gonna find somebody to raid out to, because this is probably about 2 weeks beforehand, so I have no idea who's playing what right now. So yeah, we'll raid out to them, and have a good night, everybody.
Bye.